You are going to die, maybe in 50 years, maybe in 5, maybe far sooner than you think. I am not saying that to scare you. I am saying it because it is the only fact about your future that is 100% guaranteed. And yet, you spend every single day pretending it is not true. That pretending has a price. It is why you procrastinate. It is why you care what strangers think. It is why your goals are still stuck in your head instead of standing in the real world. 2,000 years ago, the Stoics found the fix. 2 words. Memento Mori. Remember, you must die. Used correctly, these 2 words will do more for your discipline, your courage, and your peace of mind than 1,000 motivational videos. No history lesson, no fluff, just the method. Start with one question. Why do you keep postponing your own life? It is not laziness. It is a lie running quietly in the back of your mind every hour of every day. There will always be more time. Your brain is built to protect you from the thought of death. The mind often treats your own death as something distant, something unreal, something that happens to other people. So death never feels real to you. And when death never feels real, time never feels real either. That is why later feels safe. Later you will get in shape. Later you will build the business. Later you will call your family more. Later you will save the money, learn the skill, and become the disciplined person you keep promising yourself you will become. Listen carefully. Later is not a plan. Someday is not a date. And eventually is where dreams go to die. Here is the contradiction controlling your life right now. You fear like you could die tomorrow, but you delay like you will live forever. You avoid risk as if time is short. You waste entire evenings as if time is infinite. You cannot have it both ways. Nobody promised you next year. Nobody promised you tonight. Every plan you have rests on one assumption, that you will still be here. And no human being has ever been able to guarantee that. So before anything changes, you need to see your time the way it actually is, not as a feeling, as a number. If you live to 80, you get about 4,000 weeks, not 4,000 years, weeks. Everything you will ever do, build, feel, and become has to fit inside 4,000 weeks. If you are 25, you have already spent around 1,300 of them. If you are 35, you have already spent over 1,800. Gone, non-refundable. Now subtract what is already spoken for. 1/3 of your remaining weeks will be spent asleep. Then add the commutes, the chores, the waiting rooms, the traffic. Then add the scrolling. More than 2 hours a day on social media quietly turns into years of your life. Years spent watching strangers live theirs. And the people you love? Run this number. If your parents are in their 60s and you see them twice a year, you do not have decades left with them. You have visits. 20, maybe 30. You could count them on your fingers. I am not showing you this to depress you. I am showing you this because vague time produces weak decisions. Counted time produces sharp ones. The Stoics understood this deeply. Their point was never that life is too short. Their point was that life is long enough, if you stop wasting it. So what actually happens when you hold your mortality in front of you daily, deliberately, and on purpose? 3 things die, and the first one is the reason you are behind on your own life. Memento Mori kills procrastination first. Think about how deadlines work on you. No deadline, no action. Set a real deadline, and suddenly you find focus you did not know you had. Death is the final deadline, the only one that cannot be moved, the only one that cannot be extended, the only one that cannot be negotiated. Once that becomes real to you, someday collapses into today. That thing you keep postponing, the business, the channel, the book, the transformation. Understand what you are actually doing. You are not waiting for the right moment. You are gambling with time you were never promised. Every later is a bet that tomorrow shows up, and tomorrow is guaranteed to no one. So ask yourself right now, if this were your last year, one single year, what would you stop tolerating? What would you finally start? Whatever just came to mind, that is not a daydream. That is your assignment. Memento Mori does not hand you new dreams. It revokes your excuses for delaying the ones you already have. The second thing it kills is your fear of other people. Be honest about what actually stops you. It is not danger. It is judgment, embarrassment, rejection, looking stupid, failing where people can see. Now hold those fears next to your mortality and watch them shrink. You are afraid of a stranger's opinion while carrying a strictly limited number of heartbeats. You are protecting your image, an image every person judging you will forget within days. On a planet where every critic you have is mortal just like you, every critic you fear is temporary too. Run every fear through the deathbed test. Will this matter when I am dying? No. The failed first attempt? No. The people who laughed? You will not even remember their names. But here is what does show up at the end of a life. People do not regret their failures nearly as much as they regret their obedience. The years spent living the life others expected, instead of the life they actually wanted. Nobody regrets embarrassment. They regret obedience to fear. Fear of judgment is a paper wall. Memento Mori is how you walk through it. The third thing it kills is different. This one is not only about your goals, it is about your ordinary days. Because right now, you are sleepwalking through moments you would one day pay anything to get back. Your life is full of invisible last times. There will be a last conversation with your best friend, a last dinner where everyone you love is at the same table, a last completely ordinary evening that felt like nothing special, and you will almost never know it is the last one until it is already behind you. Every moment could be a last time. Most people cannot handle that thought. You are going to use it. The Stoics practiced negative visualization. They deliberately imagined losing what they loved, not to suffer, to wake up. Do it now. For 3 seconds, picture your life without the person who matters most to you. That ache you just felt is the truth. That is how much they actually matter. A truth you forget on ordinary days because you assume there will be endless more of them. There will not be. And once you know that, routine turns into privilege. The boring Tuesday, the same old dinner, the person who annoys you and loves you. That is not nothing. That is everything disguised as routine. Now here's the method. 3 steps, under 2 minutes a day. This is how you install Memento Mori without becoming morbid. Step 1, the morning question. Before you touch your phone, ask yourself this. If today were my last, would I be proud of how I am about to spend it? You will not always like the answer. Good. The question bends your day toward what matters. Step 2, the evening audit. Before sleep, ask yourself this. I traded one of my 4,000 weeks for this day. Was it a fair trade? No guilt, just steering. You correct a life the way you correct a ship, 1 degree at a time. Step 3, use a physical trigger. The ancients kept skulls on their desks. You need something smaller. A coin in your pocket, a note on your mirror, a phone wallpaper with 2 words. Memento Mori. One object that breaks your autopilot every single day and repeats the message. Remember, that is the whole system. No rituals, no philosophy degree, just a small, deliberate daily collision with the truth. Now flip it, because this was never really about death. Right now, while you are listening to this, you are on the living side of the statistic. Your heart is beating, your options are open. Time is still in your account. Do you understand what you are holding? The odds that you exist at all, out of billions of possible people who were never born, are so close to 0 that your ordinary, imperfect, frustrating day is a jackpot you did not even enter. You won a lottery you did not even enter. You are not owed this life. You were given it, briefly. So yes, you are going to die. And that is the best news you have ever received. Because it means today is not a rehearsal. Your time is not a savings account. It is a fire, already lit, already burning. And a fire does not mourn that it cannot burn forever. It gives light while it can. Today is not a rehearsal. So here is your one command. Today, not tomorrow. Do one thing you have been postponing. Send the message. Book the thing. Take the first step. One thing. Because one of your 4,000 weeks is burning right now. And the question was never how much time you have left. The question is what you will do with the week you are in. Memento Mori. If this video gave you even one thought worth keeping, do not let it disappear. Like this video so it reaches someone else who needs that push. Subscribe for more powerful reminders to build discipline, courage, and a stronger mind.